Never mind the Jurassic Park shirt. I'm here to talk about Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Me and Gentastic went out last week and we decided to go see The Last Jedi. Yeah, it's the newest Star Wars in the franchise. It's episode 8. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. I'm not really going to give a review. Might give a little bit of spoilers away, but just going to give you my thoughts. Movie John's thoughts on Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Well, from right off the bat, let me say, I haven't been a fan of Star Wars for many moons. I'm 42 years old, and I remember seeing Return of the Jedi was the very first film that I ever did see of Star Wars in the theaters. So I go back a long ways with Star Wars. Anybody around 40 something's gonna tell you that, because they grew up in the 80s. So what do you mean, gangster? Let me tell you what, I even like the prequels. A lot of people don't like the prequels, but damn it, I do like the prequels. But we're going to talk about The Last Jedi, and it just came out last month. And when it first came out, people kept saying, I've heard a lot of people say, it's the best one ever. You know, I'm sorry, I'm going to disagree on that. At least with my opinion, I don't see it being the best ever. It was good to see, some familiar faces come back. And I told Jen before we went in, I said, I have a feeling. I haven't seen no trailers, I've seen like one or two really short trailers. So I tried to stay away from, seeing too much. But I had a feeling, with Luke Skywalker going to be in this film a little bit more than he was in episode 7, The Force Awakens, of course. He was just in the last little bit. I said, you gotta have Yoda come back as the Jedi ghost, and he's gonna, that'd be so awesome. And it didn't disappoint me. We got to see Yoda. And of course, we got to see Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker. Got to see Chewbacca. You get to see a lot of these old familiar faces, and that's great. But they're starting to die out. Of course, with episode 7, The Force Awakens, you saw Han Solo die. And at the end of this one, I'm just going to spoil it for you. Luke Skywalker dies, because he fades away just like Yoda did in The Empire Strikes Back. So there are some things that I do like about The Last Jedi, getting to see some familiar faces. Now let's talk about some things I didn't like about The Last Jedi. And one of them is the casino scene. That stuff. There's a lot of people probably been talking about that, all that casino stuff. It reminded me of something that was in the prequels, or would have been in the prequels. Like I said, I do enjoy the prequels to some extent. There's some things wrong with every Star Wars movie. Everybody's got their own opinion. But the casino thing in this one, it seemed like it was just a filler. And they just had to put something in there for a few minutes, and that's what happened. That's just one thing that I don't like about, The Last Jedi. It kind of dragged a little bit at the beginning. Of course, not every movie is going to have action-packed the entire way. But, I wanted to just kick old Luke in the damn ass, because he took a long time to get going. And later in the movie, when he decides to show up and help everybody out, he's not even really there. He's never even left the island. I thought that was a little weird. I've never seen that in a Star Wars movie, or at least what I could remember. He just shows up there, and they stick a lightsaber through him, and you're thinking, damn, he's a Jedi and everything. I ain't never seen a Jedi do that. And of course, you see him there floating above a rock, basically sitting there like he's meditating, and then he finally just dies, Disney's going to make some damn money. That's what Disney's going to do. They own Marvel and Disney. They're going to make many, many, many movies. Maybe sooner or later they're going to run Star Wars into the freaking ground. That's what I think they're going to do. They're making money though, and there's people still loving the films. But sooner or later, all these characters that I grew up loving
from the 70s and 80s of the original Star Wars are going to be dead. Of course, the next one with Episode 9, Princess Leia is going to have to be dead, I'm sure, in case they do a CGI. And they might do it for a little bit of the film or whatever, but, you know, Carrie Fisher has passed on, so I don't see them doing a whole lot more with her character either. So who's that leave? It leaves Chewbacca? I mean, Chewbacca's been around a long time. He's been in every Star Wars movie. You're going to kill Chewbacca off? I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I will watch Episode 9 whenever it comes out. It'll probably come out not this year, but well, it's 2018 now. You know, this year they're going to do like they did with Rogue One there in 2016. They're going to have another Star Wars story. I think they're going to do a Han Solo story. That one, I don't know about that. Who knows? It might be pretty good. I really didn't think Rogue One was going to be good, but I liked it too. So, but Han Solo story, I think it comes out in the summer. Yeah. So, but anyway, The Last Jedi. It was pretty decent. It was really action-packed. There was scenes at the end where I thought the movie was going to end like 5 different times, and they just kept on going, and I'm thinking, at that time, I'm thinking, just let's go ahead and end the damn movie, because it just kept going and going, and I think 2 hours, 30-some minutes. I know every Star Wars is usually pretty long, but it was getting to the point where, you know, my ass was numb, and I was ready to get up and leave, you know. But, who knows? Maybe the next one will be really great. I really like The Force Awakens a lot better than The Last Jedi. That's just me personally. Maybe it's because of Han Solo. No, it's not just because of Han Solo, but I just liked it better. I guess because they was bringing back these old faces for the first time, and now it's kind of, you know, they're going to be dying off now, so it's kind of wore off. The excitement has, for me at least. So when the next episode comes out, and then they're going to wrap that series up, and then like I said, they'll probably do more. I even heard of maybe a Boba Fett movie. Jentastic really don't like Boba Fett. She's like, what the hell did he do in the other movies? Why is he so damn popular and all this and that? And I told her, I said, I don't know. He's just, the figure was real rare. You know, a certain figure was real rare when I was a kid. He's just really cool. He had a damn rocket on his back and he flew and stuff. I said, that's why, you know, he didn't really do a whole lot otherwise, but he was just cool, and that's just the way it was. So, you know, Han Solo's getting a solo story, and now maybe Boba Fett in the who knows, they might even make a Jar Jar Binks one, you know? Nah, I don't think they're going to make a Jar Jar Binks movie, but that would be something to see, wouldn't it? But I doubt that'll happen. But out of, you know, 5, I give it a 3, and to me, it's not my favorite Star Wars movie. It's not my second or my third. It might not even be in my top 5. But it was good to see certain, you know, characters come back and stuff. Empire Strikes Back will always probably be my favorite, and the second to favorite is Return of the Jedi. I know a lot of people don't like that because of the Ewoks and shit. But, you know, growing up and I got to see it in the theater, it holds a special place in my heart. Hope I didn't ruin too much of this my thoughts on Star Wars The Last Jedi. It's just something I wanted to talk about here before I go to bed, and I wanted to talk to you, the viewers at home, about The Last Star Wars. So I'm going to quit rambling, and I'm going to finish this video up. So, till next time.